Takamahara ni kamusumarimasu. Kamuragi kamura mino mikoto mochite. Sumeri oya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no gimuka no tachi hana no. Odo no aki hara ni isogi hara itamo. Toki ni narimaseru. Araido no kami tachi. Moro moro no magagoto tsubigegare o. Harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshio. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya oyorosu no kami tachi tomoni. Amen no fuji koma no mimi furitatete. Hikoshi meseto kashikomi mo maozu. Miroku o mikami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kabi, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Kum nagara damachi hae mase. Kum nagara damachi hae mase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiating divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan.
Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
May God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings entitled The Right Choice. Today, Diane will read for us.
The right choice. I have no desire to become a great hero, glorified by the entire world. I only wish to be loved by others. The sorrows and joys we experience in our lives are created by our own hands. Although I work toward great goals, I am careful not to ignore or neglect the little things in life. Any act of wrongdoing results in a negative repercussion. This unquestionable fact is called the law of cause and effect, and it is a spiritual truth. A human being can never attain good fortune and prosperity except by way of goodness. Suffering is given to us for some reason, the consequence of spiritual clouds accumulated as a result of this law. The only possible way to alleviate suffering is asking God to remove our spiritual clouds. These clouds can be eliminated by God's divine light through Johrei, which purges the clouds, the root of our suffering. Our spiritual clouds can be removed in great or small amounts, depending on the strength of our faith and the degree of our virtue. Those formed by our negative thoughts and words can be alleviated for the most part if we pray to God daily. But this may not be enough. Spiritual clouds formed by our negative actions cannot be removed through prayer alone. It is essential that we accumulate good deeds and strive to bring happiness and joy to others. Just praying to God does not bring us true salvation.
Thank you, Diane. We will now have greetings from Reverend Rooney and Kanjido.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this service where we had the opportunity to pray for our families, our ancestors, and for all those who are going through these purifications. Thank you very much for your dedication, for being part of this Johrei movement. Today we received Johrei, Group Johrei, God's Light. For those who are attending this service for the first time and through Facebook or through YouTube, it's important to know that Johrei, what is Johrei? Johrei is this divine energy. It's a divine energy transmitted through one individual to another for spiritual healing. It's a way of to purify your spirit and your physical body. And that makes a huge transformation in a person's life. That's what is Johrei. And talking about Johrei, the experience I would like to share with you today is about someone who made the right choice, like the teachings of Meishu-sama talks about, the right choice. There are 2 points in today's teachings. The point number 1, prayer to God daily. Constantly praying. Pray to God daily to eliminate clouds formed by our negative thoughts and words. And Meishu-sama say, but that may be enough, may not be enough. But it is important to pray daily. That's what we are doing today. We are praying. The second point is bring happiness and joy to others. Make other people happy. That will help to eliminate clouds formed by our negative actions, because just praying is not enough. So the point is, always do something. Put into action, put into practice something. So I'd like to share about one faith testimony. It's about this wonderful miracle that Ana de Souza, she's a member from Toronto, Johrei Center in Canada. This miracle she received while receiving Johrei. Ana de Souza, she has been a member for 10 years. She was introduced to Johrei through her husband, who started receiving Johrei when their family was going through a very difficult financial purification. But thanks to God and Meishu-sama, they were able to overcome that purification. And with gratitude, they became a member. They received the Ohikari. And a few years later, their daughter also received the Ohikari. So they have been dedicating to our Johrei movement for a lot. They have been receiving a lot of protection because of this. They have been overcoming various difficulties. Since then, their lives started to prosper as they became more dedicated, giving service, opening and closing Johrei Center, helping people, whoever comes in. But last year, Ana, she started to experience some symptoms of a disease called Herpes Zoster, which is a local, severe, and painful rash. She had already suffered from this disease a few times. So she knew the symptoms of itching and tingling, which in her case happens around her nose. This herpes zoster is caused by the reactivation of the varicella zoster virus. It's a virus in a person's body. So the initial infection happens when we contact, when we have this chickenpox. So after chickenpox disappear, the virus, they may remain dormant in our nerve cells. So that can return to manifest itself in the form of herpes zoster, in this form of disease. So when Ana realized the symptoms manifesting in her body, she said out loud, "Oh my God, Meishu-sama, not this time, not now. I really don't want to leave the house to go to a hospital or to go to a clinic to get doctor's prescriptions." So facing this dilemma, Ana thought that at that moment, She only had one thing to do. She would receive Johrei. Then immediately she started giving herself Johrei. She made the right choice. Because the next day, she told her daughter what was happening. And the daughter even said to her, "But mom, you already have medicine for this kind of disease at home." And she knew about that. So Anna was determined, not this time. She made a really deep reflection and she decided by saying, "You know what? I will only continue with Johrei and I would like to see what happened this time." She started to receive Johrei from her family and she also was giving herself Johrei. For 4 consecutive days, she received lots of Johrei. Even one night, she woke up in the middle of the night to give herself Johrei. After the 4th day, the miracle happened. Without taking any medication, the herpes completely disappeared, as well as all the symptoms, all with just receiving Johrei. She expressed her sincere gratitude to God and to Meishu-sama. She was so happy for this wonderful blessing. And she learned that Johrei is the most important teachings that Meishu-sama has revealed to us. How important is the practice of Johrei? She learned that. Through this experience with Johrei, she gained more health, and also her belief in Johrei increased. Today, she feels a strong desire to help others continue giving Johrei to alleviate other people's suffering. And she wants other people to be able to feel the joy and happiness that her family has been blessed with by having Meishu-sama and Johrei in her life. That was a very inspiring experience, only with Johrei. And I know many of you have many experiences like that. But the main point I'd like to share with you quickly is about how important it is these moments now to live this law of spiritual preceding the physical. Right now, at this moment, we are all taking this law, using this law of spiritual preceding the physical. We are not in person together now, physically, but we are in spirit. Our connection is always spiritual. The work from now on is spiritual work, the work of thoughts. So our thoughts is very important. What we are doing now, remotely giving Johrei, sharing the light of God remotely, this spiritual energy, let me tell you, this is nothing new. We have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. And what we call that practice that we've been doing, it's called prayer. We've been praying for many hundreds of people, many years. I'm here and I have my brothers and sisters all the way there in Brazil, in Africa. I have my brother there, and from here I can pray for him. But now I have Johrei. I can channel Johrei with that powerful effect that can transform people's life. So I suggest you to continue always sharing Johrei with other people. Explain to them a little bit what is Johrei. One person, one new person, every time. Explain what is Johrei and share this light of Johrei. Share those videos. Today we have this Miroku TV. You can share. Remember to subscribe to Miroku TV as soon as you have an opportunity, and continue joining us on these evening and morning services. I'd like to thank you all very much. Tomorrow I'll see you again at 10 a.m. or at 6 p.m. at the evening service. You all have a good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This brings our evening service to a conclusion. Thank you everyone for joining us and have a blessed evening.